This is Mitchell with Shooter 1. I want to do a review of the Prometheus Generation 1 reloading powder scale. Just going to kind of highlight some of the features that this scale offers. This was one of the older scales, so you can actually see where the design incorporated a fine string to actually cap off the powder cup. And these little pins right here actually calibrate in 1/10 of the grain increments to give you fine adjustment. Moving toward the back of the scale, see the calibration broken up in 2 grain increments. And from behind the scale you can actually see the needles that you align. To see when you actually have an accurate powder charge. Surprisingly, you can tell just one physical kernel of gunpowder will actually throw those needles. Take the iPhone 4, put it in camera mode, prop it up on the magnetic magnifying glass, and you're actually able to zoom in and get a pretty precise view of those needles. And the benefit of doing this is it doesn't really matter where your eye is aligned because the view is consistent. I actually use the USA Midway Electrocharge. Perfect little device. Operates on 2 AA batteries. Gives you a quick little dump. You can see the incorporation. There's a set screw right here that actually holds this little powder scale in place. So you can see the replacement batteries up under. And then you actually have a little tiny storage compartment for all your little pieces. Slide that back into place. Line it right over the flare tube. And then tighten back down. I believe back here these are magnetic balancers or dampeners that actually dampen the movement of the balance beam. Makes for quicker reloading. And probably one of the beautiful designs in this scale has to do with how the trickler dumps into this powder cup. Let's see if I can get this adjusted up. There's a small window. Maybe if we come down you can see it. There's a small window going into the cup, and as the charge comes up to being level, that window closes up, allowing fewer and fewer actual kernels of powder to make it into the cup. So for one second of press time on that charger, if you're significantly low on your charge, it might bring you up 1/10 of a grain for 1 second of push. But as it gets closer, you might actually actuate that button for 5 seconds to get the same amount of powder, because probably 90% of the powder that dumps through that tube when it gets very close to being level gets rejected, bounces down this ladder, which comes with a guard to keep any of the kernels from bouncing out, and then what's left over is stored in this little funnel with a rubber stopper and little magnets for quick detach. So let's go ahead and load in a couple cases. Show you how quickly this process actually goes once you get things set up. Tap for focus. And you can tell most of the powder is not actually going in at all, because where we are right now, one little kernel of powder will bring me up to level. So you're almost just waiting for that one to make it. And we're good. We'll actually show you what one kernel of this powder will actually do. If you can tell, there's an actual visual difference that it made, where you'd notice that you went up by one kernel. I'll waft my hand just to create a little bit of a breeze so you can see how sensitive this scale actually is.